So I thought we'd try out the SheGlam blush. Normally you'd want to apply it to like a layer of foundation or BB cream. I'm just going to see how it looks on my skin, just so we can get an idea. Not for a makeup look, but just to test out the product. So that's what we're talking in terms of visibility. So it is pigmented, but I found that when I blended it in with, on top of the kind of sheer foundation, and I had concealer, it sort of, so you can see how quickly it blends in, and that's great. Yes, it's pigmented, but I needed multiple coats to get it to be visible. So you'd probably want to use a beauty blender for this, but this is just like a tester just to kind of show you what we're talking here. So that is how the blush looks. I love it. I love how buttery soft it is. I love the shade of pink, and it is pigmented, but you definitely want to do multiple coats so it's visible when you put like a foundation or a BB cream underneath it. Fab, so that's that one. This is great for coverage. This is SheGlam Concealer. I found that it is very, very pale, probably a bit paler than my skin tone, like quite a bit paler. But we're going to try it out. So we've got Beauty Blender, dipping it in and then just patting it under the eyes. That's probably even way too much. I found last time I did this that I needed more colour because it kind of washed me out, because this one is very, very pale. I would go for a slightly darker concealer probably, but I think it works. It does blend in nicely, and because it's cream, it's so much easier to blend. So, big fan of cream products. So that's what we're talking in terms of coverage for the concealer. I like that. And then we can take this one off, but just to show you, this is the Cool Toned contour. I pretty much never do contour, but I was curious to give it a try, and it can be handy every now and then just to kind of try something new, switch it up a bit. So this is what was, because I know when you've got pale skin you want to have something that's like a cool undertone, so so that's the kind of tone we're looking at. It's a very cool toned, it's like a muddy cool toned brown. I would actually call this like coffee maybe. So if I was to contour on my cheeks, this is how dark we're talking. So you can see there, because before I've done contour, like a powder contour, but it's been too warm and then it just looks like you've got wall paint on, or it's muddy, or you just look really orange. So I think this is going to be, if you want to contour, I think cream cool tone contour, if you are naturally pale like me, is the way to go. So if you're someone who's got cool undertone skin, I would go with a cool undertoned contour. So you can see it's very, very subtle. I'm actually noticing it a little bit. So if I was going to do like here, for example, like my jawline, you want to use it very, very sparingly. I think it's easy to kind of over contour, and I'm still kind of on a journey with contour myself. I don't do it a lot, but if it was like a special occasion, you want to look a bit glam, you want to do something a bit different, you want a bit more definition to bring out the features you already have, then I would say sculpting around the jawline, so you can see at the moment, and you want it blending into your skin. Sometimes I find that when I blend it, you completely lose the contour and you can't even see it. So if I was to contour, I don't think you need any contour around the forehead, to be honest. I think it's fine. It's more, for me, it's more cheekbones. It's literally just more for like the bone structure, cheeks, that I would want to do contour. But I would use it sparingly, maybe a tiny bit on the brow bone. I don't even know if that looks any different or exactly the same. I'm going to try a bit more on my cheeks, just to experiment. Just to see if that does anything. Because I don't like makeup that covers. I like cosmetics that bring out what you naturally have and enhance what you already have, and just kind of soften anything that you want a little bit more blurred. So I like things that kind of evens things out and enhances the features you already have. Almost like putting sprinkles in a cupcake. I think with makeup it's sprinkles. And you're just applying those sprinkles to bring out what you already have, smooth things over, but not cover it up to the point that you lose the features you already have and what makes up who you are. There we go. Okay, I like that. So we're seeing it's bringing out cheekbones a bit more and the hollows of your cheeks. They say it's better to go higher than lower because you want it to be lifted up and not down. I'm going to do some more tutorials and research into this, so I'm still on a journey with this myself. But this is just kind of experimenting. I'm just having a play, really, and seeing how that goes. And I think that's everything. And then if you want a bit more blush, we can put on more blush. I think what's nice about a pink is you can't really overdo blush with this. When I tried, so Maybelline had like a berry and it was a darker pink, more like a corally kind of pink. Then you use it more sparingly, like just a few drops. But if you're going for a light pink, it's going to blend in literally seamlessly and you can hardly see it. So you can get away with doing multiple layers and nobody's going to notice anything. And that's just kind of fun. I like that. So there we go. That's Maybelline's concealer. Not Maybelline's concealer. SheGlam's cream pink blush that's kind of buttery in stick form. I like it. Fab.